Mix it up. You want me to go with you first? No, I like when you introduce because I'm
feels
not good at that.
It's super weird.
It's hard to be the first one to talk. It's like
check.
You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
I think we're ready.
We're ready. All right, guys, here we go. So we're gonna break it down for you guys a little bit. Kind of introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
Or actually, we're going to introduce each other because it feels weird when you talk about yourself. So we don't. That's kind of a strange thing. So I'm going to talk about Jake a little bit, who he is, what he does for monetization, how to make money, how he makes money. Jake Meyer, married to Destiny Meyer. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, that's
okay, just double. I want to confirm this information.
That's her.
2 daughters, Sage and Selah.
Yeah.
And they're 10 and 9?
10 and 9.
10 and 9. Yeah. Cool girls, man. Good job on those girls so far. We'll see how it turns out.
Yeah. Hopefully they did a good job with them.
To this point, I would say so.
Yeah.
Jake and Destiny own a business called Admire Weddings. Check that out. Instagram, Facebook, website. Seriously, though.
Yeah.
I said this before, and I've said it a lot of times, Jake. You guys are incredible. Very, very talented individuals, and it's very obvious with your work that you care a lot about what you do.
Yeah.
And your product is phenomenal because of that.
Right. And like I said the other day when we were talking about how my family had raised me, is that they installed in me that whatever you do it as if you're doing it for the Lord. And that's always stuck with me. And so whether it be working for you at the gym, shooting your videos, if it's shooting a wedding video, if it's shooting a podcast, whatever it is, I want to do it as if I'm doing it for the Lord.
What's working, Jake?
I appreciate it.
I think the Lord's pleased so far.
Well, I sure hope so. I want to make him proud of me.
So yeah, Jake and Destiny, Admire Weddings. Y'all seriously, if you ever watch this, anybody ever watches this, check them out, guys. It's amazing stuff.
Yeah.
For real.
And then, so let's introduce you.
Oh, no.
I haven't known Dale that long, but it didn't take very long to understand that his character is above a lot of other people that I've met in my life. He's a pretty loyal friend. He's always checking up on me, making sure that I'm doing what I need to do to become better at what I'm doing here at the gym, or at the gym when I'm there with you. He's been my coach for about the last year, and he's a stickler on doing things right, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, you have to.
Keep me safe, keep us safe from getting injured. But yeah, like I said, it didn't take long to figure out that he had a good character on him. And we clicked right off the bat, I think. I think we haven't had a time where we're just like, I mean, he's basically what I'm trying to say is Dale is someone that I'd like in my life because he does check up. He makes sure that I'm doing what I need to do right all the time.
I don't know about all the time, Jake, but I appreciate that.
Oh, you'll do it for 2 or 3 times. Then if I don't listen to him, then he'll stop.
Well, eventually I can just give up hope.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
but then I come back and I say, you know what? He's probably right. I probably need to do that. So then I try to get better. So.
That was good, man. Thanks.
Yeah, for sure.
So, all right, dudes, we're going to talk about a little bit the why behind this. Why are we doing this? So Jake and I both we both have, I think we have a common character trait that we believe that if we're going to endeavor in something or do something, if we're going to put our foot into anything, we should put our best foot forward and always try our best and to be better at it.
Yeah.
And we both have, in that concept, have realized that in everything that we're doing, it's a learning process.
Yeah.
And so we're constantly evolving and becoming better at it.
Right.
And that's how the name kind of came about. We're like, it's the steps, it's the workings of it, the journey of being better in everything that we do.
Yeah. And so many people, there's going to be professionals that we try to bring on in anything that they're doing. We're going to pick their brain, try to become better at those things. But I think we both, just looking at our life now, we kind of both have the same goal. We want to be better husbands. We want to be better fathers. We want to get in the Word more. We want to have a better relationship with the Lord. There's a lot of things that we can be better at. And I think it's exciting that this kind of just fell in our lap, man.
Well, yeah, and this is like one of the conversations we've had before. It's like neither one of us believe we have this figured out.
No.
And that's why we're doing this.
Yeah. honestly. I mean, it's to become vulnerable for a minute, for us to be vulnerable and say, you know what, we're not better at everything.
Yeah.
We're not. And that's the start to becoming better.
Yeah.
Is understanding that you're not where you need to be. And God or yourself or you have desires for your life, he wants to take you somewhere that's better.
Absolutely.
And that's where I want to go.
Let's do that.
I'm not talking about heaven. I'm talking here on earth, man.
Here on earth.
There's better things for you here on earth.
Yeah.
And that God has for you. And all he's looking for is the heart that's willing to let seed be planted in it. And that's kind of where
it's good stuff.
That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I'm at that time of my life that I've where God says, like, just lean not on your own understanding, but lean on mine. Like, that's where I'm at. Is I've decided, this past year or 2 years that I don't know everything. And if I really, truly want to be better at something, then I have to humble myself and chase it and talk to people who do know.
Yeah. So we're hoping to have some awesome guests on. That's the goal. People who are passionate about different things in life.
Yeah.
Who are really good at what they do. And we want to learn from them. We're hoping that they can share with us and that, we can drag you guys along the way and y'all can pick up on some things that we're learning as well. So
for sure.
I'm really hoping, I believe
that
this is going to be a good thing, Jake.
Yeah. Like I said, it kind of fell into our laps out of nowhere. And usually when something like that happens, it's destined to be something good. That's how my company fell in my lap. It was just something overnight. We just let's do this. And we did it.
Yeah.
And that's really what started my journey, as we talk about the journey, the workings behind becoming better, is that I was working for a company. I was in a ditch, and I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki.
It's an amazing book. It's one of those books that, like, every dad or any person who potentially could be a dad should read.
Or if you're in a ditch. You probably want to read this book if you're sitting in a ditch working for somebody else, because I read that and it was talking about being a slave and you don't want to work for just somebody. You want to persevere and try to get your own business going. And I took that to heart, and it was many days in a ditch listening to the same thing over and over and over until one day it clicked. And I just started praying that God would help me get out of the ditch, And so he landed a company in my lap. I started doing that full time with Destiny when we moved here about 3 years ago. And man, that was the first thing that Destiny and I looked at each other and said, we're not going to quit this. We had quit things before. We had started companies before, but we decided we're not going to quit this one. And we stuck with it.
We've never talked about this. What made you make that decision, though? Other than the fact that, was it the fact that you had quit so many things before, or you just didn't want to be where you were previously?
My whole family, I hate to say this, but my whole family, we start things, we have great ideas.
Dude, me too.
My grandmother, she's like the matriarch of our family. She'll be the first one to say this. We all have the trait to create. Yeah. We all have the trait to make another business. I mean, we look at something that somebody else is doing, we're like, we can do that. And so we can go do it.
Yeah.
But we always look at somebody else that's been successful and we're like, how come they make it and we don't? That was my personality before this. Why do they get to have this and we don't? We have all the ideas. We have the ideas. We can do it. But something was in our way to us being successful. And it was over and over and over again. And Dee and I looked at ourselves and we were like, man, I'm tired of being like this.
Yeah.
Like, it took that realization of understanding I don't want to be like this anymore. And so we decided, and I know it's the thing, but we wanted to be better at what we're doing. And that's what that decision came from, is we were tired of failing. And not that failure's bad. It took failure to get there to that point.
Yeah.
And that's what excited us about it, is we stuck with it. We saw a little progress. We kept seeing progress. And the more that you chase it, and it goes ups and downs, and you're going to get to the lowest parts where you want to quit, the highest parts where you're celebrating and buying everybody's steak.
That's everything.
Where you're at.
Well, that's everything you do, though. Like, it's never always mountaintops, right? Yeah. And that's part of becoming better, is you have to learn how to handle the lows of any endeavor or any business that you're in or whatever it may be.
It's anything. I mean, it's relationships.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
It's at the gym. It's everything that we do. You're going to face adversity.
Yeah.
And learning to press through that is a trait. That is something that
it's practiced.
It's learned.
Yeah, it's practiced. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So For me, the gym, Vital Functional Fitness, that came about because it was a passion thing for me.
Yeah.
For sure. I got into fitness because I was overweight. I was tired of being fat. And I started just working out, and it just one thing led to the next, and boom, I didn't really ever plan to own a gym, to be a gym owner, a coach of people. My entire life, like as a joke, like my friends would call me coach, life coach, and all these things. And it irritated me actually. Yeah. Because I'm like, come on, dude, that's like ridiculous. Because I was always trying to
pressing them.
Yeah, I would want my friends to like be better at things.
Yeah.
I would want to help them to be the best version of themselves that they could be whenever we were doing anything. And so whenever it was like a back and forth of like learning, like when too much was too much. Yeah. Like, we're playing basketball and we're just out there to have fun. I'm like, hey man, if you hold your hand like this, you'll probably make that shot next time.
I remember those guys in high school. Like, oh, can stop.
Yeah. So it was it was overbearing, right? Yeah. But yeah, called me life coach. But helping people it's like, it's in my DNA. It's who I am. I love to see people succeed.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with fitness, with the journey of like being healthy. Mm-hmm. And so it just naturally progressed into this thing where like the two collided. Yeah. And here we are, owning a gym day in and day out, seeing people develop and
at all stages of fitness.
All stages of fitness. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
It's cool because like even with Destiny, we've seen her. She came in and you have this certain standard, and then as you see progression, they start building confidence, and you can see someone transform.
Yep.
And I think that's owed to the way your character is, that you do want to help people. When we came in here, we saw your character. That was something that really stood out to us, is that it's not just coming to the gym when I come to your gym. It's that you take time, that you took time to explain to us things and movements, and you showed a godly love towards us that we could recognize and say, Dale's real. He's not fake. His character's real. And Destiny's really good at picking up on character, and she liked it. Man.
She's really good at it.
She's really good.
I'm not saying that she got it right with me, but
dude, come on, man. You've got character in you that is separate from other people. I really feel like when God has put something in your life, like you said, man, you've been doing that since you were a kid. You've been coaching since you were a kid.
Yeah.
And it's not just coaching, it's the motive behind that you were wanting to make people better. And you're on a podcast. It's called Behind the Better. It's all for a reason. Like God had you for a reason to do that.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. It is a really fun journey. Yeah. Like owning a gym, like it really is. Like being a gym owner, being a coach, has its highs and lows, just like anything else does.
Right.
It's not all rainbows and unicorns every day. But if you really think about it, like, whenever I like get like hard on myself about like, man, I could be doing this so much better, or things could be running smoother, or why do we drop 3 members in the last 2 weeks, or whatever it is, man. I get down on myself because I take all those things like personally. Yeah. Right. I remind myself, dude, you literally work out and help people work out for a living. Like, it's an incredible gig,
Yeah, it is.
It's really is a privilege that most people don't have.
Right.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I love it.
Well, I think we both talked recently that there's a lot of things that we can be better at, that we're going to strive to be better at, but I'm just glad that this podcast is going to give us that platform.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. What's another thing that you want to become better at right now?
Do you want to get deep, or you just want to like keep it surface level?
Give me one.
One like marginally deep?
Yeah.
Because we already talked, you kind of touched on, we realize that we want to be better parents, better husbands,
right?
Better followers of Christ, Yeah. Like we didn't really go into deep detail.
But we didn't talk about which one of those comes in order.
Oh, man. Okay. So first and foremost, we have to be in constant like pursuit of being a better follower of Christ,
Yeah.
right? Because if we don't get that one right first, the others don't fall in line.
Right.
You know, it has to be the foundation of what we base everything off we do.
Yeah.
I believe that you could be a really, really good person and not know Jesus,
Yeah.
right? And you can make a lot of really, really great decisions, but at the end of the day, you've missed the mark, you know? So yeah, better follower of Christ without a doubt. You know, I know like that I could be in the Word more, I could pray more, but really like I noticed like, so this is one that we kind of talked about. I could do a devotion with the kids during the week, Monday through Friday. We usually don't do it Saturday or Sunday, but we do a devotion. And I noticed that like I learn a lot from these like kids devotions that are incredible, and that I don't pick up when I just read the Bible on my own.
Right.
And I'm like, it made me realize that I need to be, yes, reading the Word, but also need to be on a daily basis, like guided.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So like this kid's devotional, like is like it's got some deep stuff in it, but it's it's very surface level, really.
Yeah.
But
it has to be.
It has to be. But there's some incredible takeaways from it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it's surface level, but that is a lot of the times the relationship with him. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
He keeps it simple. It's not crazy. It's not you have to do this and X, Y, Z to be there. Wisdom of God is right there at your hand.
Yeah.
And if for those who want it, those who ask for it, those who want to become better, those who want that in their life, God is giving that stuff out freely. And that's where I've learned, like with him and chasing his personality. That's what it is. If you want to be better, we start chasing the personality of God. Yeah. Because he's better already.
Yeah.
And
he's the best.
Yeah, he is the best. And so and I think that because of who we serve, that's why you and I, and we've talked about this before, is that we're never going to be satisfied in our better. The better that we're trying to get to, the one that we see in our head that's better, when we get there, it's a mark. Yeah. But then past that, there's more better. Yeah. And I think because
more better.
Because we reflect ourselves off of the Lord, off of Christ, that's what keeps me running.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
he's always ahead. Like I'm always pushing to get closer to him. And the closer you get to him, the closer you get to wisdom, the more he gives you, the more that you understand things. And it's just crazy how like he unlocks different things at every level of your life. And the more that you chase it, the more wise you get and the more information he gives you. So then looking back, you're like, man, I'm a lot better than what I was. But because now you're at that place, he's already unlocked the next level for you and you're chasing this thing. Yeah. And I love the journey with God alone. Like that's pretty awesome to me.
That alone.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah. It's the most important journey for sure. So
it is. And I mean, that's just what, honestly, if we're really laying the numbers down, that's the only reason why I'm to the point I am now. And I know it's so cliche to say, like, I'm where I'm at because of God. Like, yes, that's true. But I'm saying it in a sense like he's the only reason why.
He's the only reason why. Yeah.
The wisdom that any wisdom that I do have is not because of any other reason than I decided, hey, I'm going to pick up my word and I'm going to start applying it in my life. That was the best decision I made. Because then after that came anything that you see as Jake today. That past that point down, I was just like everybody else. Like my thoughts were like everybody else. The way I saw things was like everybody else. I could get angry easy with everybody else. But ever since then, he started installing little things in my life that made me who I am today. And I think that's why we have an eagerness to want to learn, to be better at all aspects of life. Yep. And that's why we're doing this.
For sure.
Yeah.
I agree. 100%. Thanks for saying all that.
Oh, sure.
It was easy.
I thought we were going to go over that and write it down before, but now we got it.
We got it. Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
All right, Jake. I think we should wrap this up.
Yeah, I do too.
That was good, man.
It's a good thing for them to just get a taste of kind of like our thoughts and what we're doing.
Who we are.
Yeah.
What we're about.
The direction.
Why we want to do this.
Yeah. It's cool, man. I'm excited to be doing this with you.
Me too, dude. This is awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if people can see this. Like, I don't know if they would ever look at this grin on my face, but I'm really happy.
Yeah, man. Like I said, we've just had a really good relationship, and over the past year, and Destiny and I both are grateful that you're in our lives. And I'm excited to see where this thing takes us, man.
Let's do it, Jake.
All right. All right, guys. Well,
That's it.
That's it on that one.
Behind the better.
That's the first one.
Here we go.
I know they're going to be longer than this.
Are they?
I would think so.
Yeah, for sure. We're at like 20 minutes. You guys don't even know what's about to come.